So welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 80 Summer for 4. So today, guys, we have to talk about embarrassment. We have to talk about embarrassment. Barcelona lose 4-0 at the Camp Nou. Embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. And if you're a Real Madrid fan, you're loving it, man. You're loving it. As a Real Madrid fan, you're loving it, man. So let me go and tell people I'm live. So let me go ahead and Desmond said it's terrible. Yep, it's terrible, man. Young, hashtag third said, Barcelona, what happened? We'll discuss that. We'll discuss that, man. And so, yeah, any Barcelona fan or Real Madrid fan that wants to come on, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know. And yeah, I'll send you guys a link if you guys want to join. So only exclusive to El Clasico fans. Only exclusive to El Clasico fans. So if you want to join, I'll send you the link. SB28 says, yo, what's up? That was diabolical. Lol. And Lowell Mayer says, we win. We win, man. We win. Now, I do want to make things crystal clear right now that this is just the Copa del Rey, okay? And that the Copa del Rey, just the Copa del Rey. Now, I'm not trying to justify and make excuses here whatsoever, but I'm just saying that this is the Copa del Rey. And I would be saying this even if we had won, guys. So don't come in here and don't say in the chat that, oh, you're just saying this because you just lost. I would be saying the same thing if we had won as well. You know, for me, the main ambition for this season was La Liga. That was a main ambition for this season. And yeah, so like I said, man, it's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully, we can get Kool-Aid to come on to vent about this because I sent the link earlier. So let's see if he joins or not. I think he was going to join, but now that as we lost, I don't know if he's going to join anymore. But yeah, well, I mean, we're just going to see what happens. So let me go ahead and tell people. So yeah, I've told people are live. I'll do a community post as well. And yeah, guys, so smash the like button, guys. Let's try to get to 10 likes, guys. 10 likes, guys. 10 likes for this humiliation, man. Humiliation. So, we win, man. Yeah, low merit, man. You guys win. Congratulations to you guys. SSB20 says, I'm surprised how this played out. Yeah, I think no one really expected this to happen, honestly. I don't think anyone expected this to happen. So, if you did, I'm very surprised because there's no way you could have predicted that. 4-0 at the Camp Nou? Oh, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Who do you think was the man of the match? Well, we'll get to the man of the match stuff later, but I want to get to the I want to talk about some other stuff real quick. Zeus Gonzalez says, I expect us to win, but not by that margin. Lowell Mayer says, we got revenge for the 4-0, man. Yeah, you guys did get revenge, man. Revenge well served, man. Revenge well served. So let's go ahead and look into the lineups. Let's start with the lineups first before we get into anything, okay, guys? Real Madrid got revenge of the 4-0 loss last season. Yeah. Benzema probably the man of the match. Yeah, you would say so, man. So the thing is for this game was, let's start with the lineups first. So Real Madrid, let's go with the Real Madrid 11 first since they won, right? So you can see right here, guys, Real Madrid, they started Vinicius, they started Benzema, they started Rodrigo, then they started Toni Kroos, Modric, Valverde, Carvajal, Militao, Alaba, Camavinga, Courtois. I think my only concern was for Real Madrid is the fact that Camavinga was playing at left back. That was a bit odd to me, but at the same time, I can understand because Ferland is obviously injured, and obviously there wasn't any other options. I mean, although I would have probably done Alaba at left back and Nacho at center back for me personally, but I guess it shows that Alaba's not really Nacho's not really rated like that. Then obviously you have the traditional midfield: Kroos, Modric, Valverde. Obviously, I know Casemiro's not there, but still. And then obviously Benzema, Vinicius, Rodrigo. For Barcelona, the 11 was Xavi, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Kessie, Busquets, Roberto, Araujo, Koundé, Alonso, Balde, Ter Stegen. Now, this was the strongest Barcelona 11 that they could field with the injuries considered, because we do have to take in consideration that we did have some injured players for this game. Pedri was not available for this game. Dembele wasn't available for this game. Frankie de Jong wasn't available, and of course Christensen wasn't available for this game. So it obviously wasn't the strongest Barca 11, but you still have to give credit to Real Madrid because they still put out a master game. In fact, let me turn the lights on. It was a bit dark here, so turn the lights on. There we go. This is much better. So, and the first half, man, Barcelona were pretty good. I think Barcelona were really good for the first couple of minutes. But my concern was, as a Barca fan, was that there were so many chances of Real Madrid on the counterattack. Real Madrid on the counterattack created some really big chances. And I remember there was that one big chance for in the first half. Do you guys remember when I think Vinicius, he almost scored? Araujo put a great tackle inside the box when Alonso got exposed. And from that point on, Barca created some chances there. Lewandowski had a huge, huge chance. A lot of people were saying that should have been a foul. I believe it also should have been a foul. Obviously, the foul wasn't given. And Real Madrid on the counterattack get us. And obviously, Vinicius scores just about, and Benzema puts it over the line. And Real Madrid have a crucial lead just before halftime. And the thing is, guys, is that when you get a goal just before halftime, it really offsets the opponent because it really changes the momentum of the game. And in the second half, man, Barcelona were garbage. The second half, Barca were so bad. Barcelona were caught sleeping. Modric plays a really nice through ball for Karim Benzema, and Benzema scores, man. And from that point on, it was just all Real Madrid. Barca had some chances here and there, but the thing is, Real Madrid were just devastating on the counterattack. Barcelona were so poor defensively. And I'm looking at players like Alonso, who was terrible today. Roberto, who was slow. And then even Eric Garcia came on, wasn't good. Then obviously Koundé wasn't that great at center back. Araujo didn't look that great. And the thing is with Barcelona is that defensively we were so tragic today. And the thing is, like I said, with Alonso, is that this is why I never rate Alonso. This is why I never rated him that highly. And this is why I just don't really have that kind of opinion on him. Then the third goal was Kessie's fault. Kessie gave away a penalty. Benzema, of course, takes a penalty, scores. The fourth goal was a brilliant counterattack from Real Madrid. Vinicius plays it to Karim Benzema. And yeah, I mean, for Real Madrid, man, this is a huge, huge win at the Camp Nou El Clasico. It really restores their confidence. And for Barcelona, man, this is really embarrassing to lose 4-0, at your own stadium, And for Barcelona, man, what does this mean? Now, in terms of the league title, this has nothing to do with the league. So we are at least guaranteed the fact that we are going to win La Liga. But the question now is, does Xavi have those credentials in cup competitions? And that's really my concern with this Xavi team is that Barcelona's just been so bad in cups. Like, Xavi's not been great in the cup competition. Even in the, what is it called? Al-Saad. He didn't do well in the AFC Champions League. He didn't do well there in the AFC Champions League. Kubo, he knows the Asian Champions League very well. He can very much testify what I'm saying here. And maybe if what is it called? Epi Semi Games is watching, he can also agree as well. Like, he's not been great in the AFC Champions League. And you really think he could do really well in the UEFA Champions League? UEFA Champions League is completely different, man. So let me read some of your messages in the chat, man. Zeus Gonzalez says, Camavinga masterclass left back. Camavinga was fantastic, man. I think he was really good at the left back position, and that was a really good performance from him, man. Really good performance. Mass Channel says, wow, hello, AD. Hello to you, man. The Mass Channel says, wow, Barca. Low Mayor says, I want Hazard to play for some reason. Are you saying that because Hazard got an assist in before this game? And to be fair, Hazard has not even played on Clasico, so this will be his first competitive appearance. Kuba 1-8 said, only player that went past Camavinga left back is Ladoni when he nutmegged him. Wow, Ladoni, man, that is absolutely insane. I did not actually know that, so thank you for letting me know, man. Thank you for letting me know. Decimon says, how can you win 3 El Clasicos in a row and then finish it off with a terrible performance? Yeah, man, I don't know, man. It just feels like, though, guys, when Barcelona has so much pressure, they just cannot seem to perform. Barcelona can't handle the pressure. And I think that's what's the concerning thing for me as a Barca fan is that Barcelona just cannot handle the pressure. And for Real Madrid, man, this is absolutely incredible. The fact that they were able to win this, make that insane comeback is quite remarkable. So, Okay, so let me see what you guys say in the chat. Ramadan Benz is good for some reason. Yeah, Ramadan Benz, man. Benzema scored back-to-back hat tricks, man. Back-to-back hat tricks, man. Zeus Gonzalez said, I think it's unfair to blame Alonso when they're all poor defensively. Of course, that is true. That is true. Like, obviously Alonso wasn't the only bad player on the day. That, like, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying is that Alonso for me was really, really poor. Like, it wasn't great whatsoever. So that is true though with Zeus that we have to blame taking consideration other defenders because, like I said, guys, Koundé for me is overrated. I'm gonna say this right now, guys. Koundé for me this season hasn't been great. He's been good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not like he's not. I don't think he's a really really amazing right back we can have. So I think we have to definitely get because like the thing is, man, the Xavi man, like we have to get right back to summer. And for me, Julian Araujo is not it. He's definitely not it. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Barcelona approach the defense because defensively, man, we still have some vulnerabilities in this defense. And like I said, man, Christensen being injured is interesting, man. As Sapnap says, Rip Barca, man, once again. Yep, man, yep. The match also says, is Xavi the Catalan Nagelsmann, a good league manager and quite poor cup competitions? You could actually say that, Mats. That is actually very, very true. Although I don't know, I still think Nagelsmann is better than Xavi. I still think he's way more experienced, and but I could kind of see what you mean by that. And that you are right in the sense that there is a similarity that could be said there. That Xavi's been great in the league, but cup competitions, Xavi's been really bad. Really, really bad, and that is the concerning thing. That in competitions, man. And like knockout stage competitions, he's not been great in. And that's my concern, man, is that because I wouldn't be surprised to see Barcelona go out of the Champions League again for the third season in a row, man. Third season in a row. Kubo when he says I respect drunk Alonso. Nah, man, nah, I'm not gonna respect Alonso, man. He's a good player, but I still don't rate him like that, man. Simber says, what up, AD? Hello to you, man, Simber. Thank you for joining. Dismo says, well, I hope we win La Liga. Yeah, that's yeah, I hope so as well, man. And that's the thing that I'm happy with is that the thing is like next season, my thing is that this season league title is great. But next season on, we have to do much better in everything else. We can't just be La Liga merchants, Like this season I'm okay with since we haven't won the league for some time now. But starting from next season, Barcelona have to do much better in the league competitions. So that's what I'm saying is that I'm mad but I'm not as like disappointed as other Barca fans is probably. Just because of the fact that I'm still relatively happy with the season. We still got 2 trophies this season. And like I said, man, that's been great. But starting next season, we have to do much better in every competition. We have to do much better in the Champions League, and we have to do a lot better in the Champions League, man. As for Copa del Rey, I think we've still been pretty good in it recently, although we have been eliminated. We did win the Copa del Rey a few seasons ago, I remember. And yeah, man, so it's interesting, man. Lowell Mayer says, apparently Araujo owns Vinny. Well, before this game, I would say Araujo did a really good job on Vinicius, but today he was terrible. Araujo wasn't great today. But Vinicius, man, he was good today. But I think for me, Benzema just was a standout player, of course. Rank Talks Ball says, Barca apparently want Pavard. Yeah, apparently Pavard is our solution, man. Pavard is apparently the guy that can solve our right back issues when I know for a fact Araujo can't. I'm not Araujo, sorry. Pavard isn't that guy. He's just not. He's not even a starter for Bayern Munich anymore, man. Like they're literally starting Mazraoui over him and Cancelo, man. Oh man, Simber says it's not like we can't defend; is that we don't position ourselves properly defense. That is actually, I think that's very true. See, the thing is, I don't think Barca. It's not that we can't defend; it's just our positioning is so bad. And as a defender, position is so important, and your ability to read the game, your ability to make those tackles is very important. Because you can make tackles all you want, but if you have terrible positioning, it's going to lead to red cards. That's the thing. So you have to be very, very important. That's why I say the art of defending is very hard to be a defender. And I'm thinking maybe we should do this on my channel someday in the future, that what is the hardest position of football to play? I'm thinking about maybe doing that. I would just, maybe we can have the debate on my channel, and I think we could have a lot of different opinions because you can make an argument that being a defender is a really hard position. Obviously, I'll say that for the debate. But like the thing is, as a defender, is that positioning is super important. It's not just about making those tackles, about just like making those slide challenges. Positioning is super important. And yeah, man, like you have to give credit to Madrid, man. I think they were fully motivated. I think Barcelona, man, we had the motivation, but it felt like we didn't care as much as Real Madrid because I felt like I think there was a sense of arrogance from Barca. Like, okay, you know what? Since we won the first leg, we could just stroll in the second leg and do the same thing again. But because let's be real, guys, Real Madrid should have won that first leg. Barcelona didn't really play well in the first leg. Barcelona just defended very well. Real Madrid were just so bad in front of goal. That's the thing, is that I'm not as surprised as many people seem to be. Of course, I'm still surprised. I'm not saying I'm not. But I think Real Madrid, we saw how good they were in the first leg. They really should have won that first leg. And so, yeah, man. Mass Channel says, credit to Osasuna. Absolutely, man. Sapnap says, I don't understand why Barca has only been good, so good La Liga, but terrible in the rest. I think it just shows how La Liga has fallen. La Liga has definitely been in the decline, guys. La Liga is definitely in decline. I mean, we saw this season in the Champions League. Only one La Liga team progressed out of the groups. Atletico Madrid got bounced. Sevilla got bounced. Even Barcelona got bounced. And now you look at the Europa League. Real Sociedad is not in the final 8. Real Betis is not in the final 8. Sevilla is in the final 8, despite being so bad this season. And that's the competition. And obviously, Villarreal, they just got knocked out in the Conference League to Anderlecht. So you can see how La Liga teams have just not been that great, recently. And you can see how Europe is getting harder and harder. I think the level of teams playing in Europe is actually significantly rising. You look at teams in the past, like, what is it called? Like Inter Milan. Inter Milan have been bad. Like before these last 2 seasons, Inter de Milan didn't even make it out of the group stage. But you can see Inter is now progressing. They're actually looking better. And you look at Benfica. Look at the rise of Benfica. They made it out of the Champions League 2 seasons in a row now. The Champions League teams are getting significantly doing better now, And I think that the level of European teams is rising, whereas the level of La Liga teams, I think, is falling. And I think the only La Liga team that's actually been stable, been able to offset that, is Real Madrid. Because look at Real Madrid, man. They've always made at least, most of the last couple of seasons, they've always made at least semifinals, So, yeah, man. Mastron says, why can't Alonso at least play a right back? The thing with Alonso is that his position is the left wing back. That's his real position. He's not. He can play a left back, but he's not a center back. He can't play at center back at all. And it feels like it's a throw that we're thinking that Alonso can play as a center back, and we're thinking that he's pretty much like David Alaba when he's not. David Alaba is way better than he is, And so, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Alonso we could probably try him out, Matt, at right back, but the issue is that I still don't think he'll be a good job at right back. I still don't really think I don't think he'll do well there in that position. And we already got Araujo, and we already got Koundé and Araujo there. Araujo specifically for El Clasico in particular. I like the fact I got a little chippy at the end. Simber says it's okay. We have the most CDR. HKR says I didn't see the game, thankfully. It's okay. Yeah, Simber. That's why Madrid are where they are. They're perfect in everything already. Now, I still think Madrid, there are still some issues with this Madrid team. I think this Madrid's team, I think the big issue with this Madrid team for me is, I think the defense. I think the defense is a big concern. And I think, because the thing is, like, I think if Madrid can fix up the defense, then I think they have a I still think they're going to win the Champions League. I still believe they will. But I think if they fix up the defense, oh man, they could be a really scary team. Because I still think defensively they're a bit vulnerable, I would say. Like, I don't really feel like their defense is that spectacular. It's a good defense. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's not like a world-class defense. It's not like, with Ramos and Varane. It's not that kind of level. That's what I mean. Goalkeeper is definitely the hardest. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely have that conversation, Kubo, in that stream. So let's we'll talk more about that in the future stream, maybe. Zeus Gonzalez says, what does Ferran actually do? I don't know, man. Ferran Torres for me is just an average player. This guy, I don't rate him whatsoever. He doesn't do anything on the pitch. Just pass. This guy cannot score goals. This guy is useless, man. I'm sorry. Ferran Torres, he's done. Absolutely done with this guy. We got to get rid of this guy as soon as we can, because this guy is absolutely mediocre. HKR says Barca need a player like Vinicius. I wouldn't say we need Vinicius in particular, but it would be nice. I think it would be really nice, because that's one of the things that people don't talk about for Barcelona this season, is that as good as our attack has been this season, it's been mostly Lewandowski. Lewandowski has contributed, I would say, around 90% of the goals that Barca he's been contributing around, he's 90% of our attack. And the issue is that Rafinha, as good as he's been, he's not been great with his overall play. He's just been a goal scorer, right? Dembele, on the other hand, just takes way too many chances. Ansu Fati has been really, really underwhelming. Then obviously you have Ferran Torres, who is really bad. And that's the thing, man. We don't really have any really solid wingers. That's actually the concerning thing. And that Barcelona don't have any solid wingers whatsoever. And that's my concern, is that we have to get a winger this summer. We have to get a winger this summer that can actually dribble, that can actually play make, that can actually score goals. Because it feels like the wingers we have can only do one of the three. They can't do all of the three. And that's my problem, because Rafinha is just good at goal scoring. Dembele is just good at dribbling. He can't score. Rafinha is not really good at dribbling. And that's my issue, is that we need to have players that can do both, not just one or the other, you know? Sebastian says, how? And this mentality is still in this team where we can see we put our heads down. Now I'm really happy Girona is all next Monday to give us time. Yeah, man. If we let me just say this right now, Simber. If we manage to screw up La Liga this season, I will be very, very mad. And that will be a very sackable. I would genuinely consider sacking. I know that's really, really harsh, but that is really bad. We cannot mess up La Liga. Because if we don't win La Liga this season is a failure. I don't care if we won the Spanish Super Cup or not. This season will go down as a failure if we don't win the La Liga at least. Which, let's be real, we should win the La Liga. But I'm just saying is that if we don't win La Liga this season, the season's a failure. Kuba, when he says, I blamed Javier Tebas. Oh, man, I don't want to get into that kind of stuff. I want to stay on the pitch, guys, because there's a lot of things going on off the pitch with Barcelona, man. But we'll save that for another time, guys, because I could go all in. I can go all in for that one. But just for time's sake, let's not talk about that here. Match says Alonso right back makes more sense as center back plus Koundé Raw are mainly center backs. Yep. That is true, but I don't think it's going to happen, Matt. I don't think it's going to happen. Just a lot of legal left. HGR says, Sebastian AK say 1890 says channel, maybe Barca need Potter. No, we don't need Potter. We don't need Potter. We don't need Potter, man. We don't need him. We don't need him. We're thank you, man. Thank you for the suggestion, but we don't need him, man. Ancelotti after the game. Yeah, Ancelotti, man. Carlo Ancelotti. Don Ancelotti, man. But yeah. Zeus Gonzalez said, if we don't win the UCL this year and this season is a failure for us, that's the big difference of our club mentality. Yep, I know that's true, man. So... Ancelotti's never happy for now. Potter with Brighton did okay, but Brighton currently are doing better now. Yeah, Brighton are doing better now. HGR says 18 people on the stream. Even if Madrid scored 10 goals, he won't be happy. All right, guys, so smash the like button, guys. We're at how many likes we're at, man? How many likes we're at? We're at 12 likes, guys. Let's try to reach 20 likes. 20 likes, man. And where's Kool-Aid, man? Where is Kool-Aid? I want to see where that guy is. Yeah. Barca need De Jong and Pedri. Yeah, De Jong, man. That's also another player that I feel like we haven't discussed about. De Jong has been so underrated this season. De Jong has been so underrated this season. De Jong has been he's been amazing this season, man. As an interior midfielder, he's done a great job. And I feel like I feel I'm gonna do a video at the end of the season, or maybe we'll do a live stream. We'll probably do a live stream actually. We'll talk about the players this season, and we're gonna be ranking every single player. And for me, De Jong is fantastic. Now, Pedri, I do think Pedri could have helped us in this game. And yeah, man. So, man, it is what it is. Simber says, well, Ancelotti's very experienced for a reason. He went through heck you first, Yep. That guy does not celebrate 10 like it's like Hansi Flick. HQR says Xavi is overrated. Thank you, man. Thank you, HQR, man. I swear when I say this, a lot of Barca fans attack me. For saying that. And I believe he is overrated. Now, I still do think he's a good player. Let me make this clear. I still like him, but he is not on the same pedestal for me as like he's not going to reach Xavi and Iniesta levels. He will not reach those levels. And to be fair, the same could probably be said for Pedri. But I like Pedri more personally than Gavi. Sebastian A.K. Antonio Moises' channel says Kool-Aid might be busy crying. I mean, Sebastian, you aren't Sebastian. At least with our club, at least we're getting the Champions League next season. Are you really sure that Liverpool is going to make Champions League? Just saying, man. Do you think if Madrid only wins CDR, that saves Ancelotti another year? I don't know, man, Zeus. I really have no idea because the thing is, he's really linked to Brazil. And I think, for me personally, I think if you guys don't win the Champions League, I think he's leaving. Now, do I think Florentino Perez will sack him? I don't necessarily think he will sack him per se, but I do think he could leave on his own, sort of like he part ways, and So because, like I said, man, I just feel though that if you guys don't win the Champions League, it's done for Ancelotti. Ancelotti, I don't see him saving. Even if he wins the Champions League, he might just leave. Like, look at Zidane, for instance. He won the 17-18 Champions League, but he's still left, So, I don't know, Zeus. We're going to have to wait and see. That Champions League, for me, is going to be defining. For me, this Copa del Rey doesn't really do much for your season. You have to win, as you said, Zeus, yourself. That if you don't win the Champions League this season's a massive disappointment. Now, when I say a failure, not necessarily a failure, but I would say more of a disappointment. Because you only won the Copa del Rey. You didn't defend your league title. And that's actually a really scary conversation we have to have. Carlo Ancelotti's never defended his league title. And he's coached Real Madrid, he's coached Chelsea, he's coached Bayern Munich, he's coached Paris Saint-Germain, he's coached Bayern Munich. That is insane. The fact you've never been able to defend your league title, that is actually quite embarrassing in my opinion. If you can't defend But to be fair, his Champions League legacy has been really good. His Champions League legacy has been amazing. And I do think that his Champions League legacy does somewhat save his domestic form. And let's be real, guys. I'd rather have a European insane legacy than domestic form. But for me, he can't be up there like the greatest coaches of all time. I'm not going to put him on that kind of pedestal. But getting back to your question here, I think for me, it has to be Champions League. I think Champions League is the only way he ensures him getting another season, because I don't think Copa del Rey is going to be enough. Obviously, Pookie is also another Madrid fan, and maybe You Suck can also answer this too, because he's a Madrid fan as well. So any Madrid fans, please answer what Zeus is saying. And yeah, man. Justice for Kool-Aid. Pedri's the most overrated player ever. I mean, Pedri is okay. I'll say this right now. I do think Pedri is a little bit overrated. I do think he is, but I wouldn't say he's like. I'd still wouldn't say he's that overrated. I still don't think so. So you could say he is a bit overrated because, to be fair, as good as Pedri has been, he's not really done great outside of La Liga. So yeah, man, you could make an argument, What does Osasuna need to be to Real Madrid? Matt's channel, that is a very difficult question, because Real Madrid in finals are freaking insane. Real Madrid don't lose finals. If there's anything if there's any game you want to bet against Real Madrid, it is definitely not the final. Real Madrid just don't lose finals at all. They just don't. Real Madrid just don't lose finals at all. So for Osasuna, for me, if they want to beat Real Madrid, they have to put in their 100% effort. And I think they have to be composed and take their chances and remain defensively solid. And I'm looking at Abde in particular, man. Because for me, Abde, he could be that player that could, because for me, this Osasuna team isn't that great. But Abde, for me, is standout because this guy has been carrying Osasuna. He's been scoring some good goals for them, and he's been such an important player for them. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if Osasuna purchases him. I hope he doesn't. I hope they don't because I would love to have Abde back. But yeah, we're going to have to wait and see, man. So for me, Osasuna have to be at their 100%. Lomayer says, Pedri's good. MB7's game says, hello to you, man. Thank you for joining, man. I know it's really late for you, and we're not going to be here for much longer. We're going to be here for maybe like another 10 or 15 minutes. And yeah, so Abde, please do us a favor. Rip the community afar on Real Madrid saver. If Real Madrid wins 15th UCL, they're insane. They already are insane, HQR. They already are insane. But I do agree that if they do back-to-back, it's gonna be looking really interesting, guys. We're gonna have to have an uncomfortable conversation about the Premier League if that happens. Just so you guys know. Pookie says, ole, ole, ole. Pookie says, ole, 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 ole. Dang, I have the ability to ban Pookie. He coached PSG? Yeah. Carlo Ancelotti coached PSG, man. He coached PSG. Pookie says, hala Madrid, hala. Remember in 2020, Barca fans really wanted the Copa del Rey. Barca didn't face Real Madrid and let it go, and so much drama until winning Copa del Rey. That's the thing, man, HQR, man. I remember Barca fans were so shameless with that Copa del Rey. We celebrated that so insane. And I really do believe to this day that Copa del Rey actually destroyed us in the league. I think we got too carried away with that Copa del Rey. And overall, I was happy too. I was happy. I was excited. But I wasn't as excited as other Barca fans were because at the end of the day, this is just a cup competition. And I do believe that in some ways that cost us the league because we got way too arrogant. We got too confident. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. And I still to this day I can't believe it, man. We really screwed up against Granada, man. Granada at the Camp Nou. I still can't believe we did that. It is what it is, man. I just have to move on, but it still pains me to that day, man. It still pains me, man. He coached Juve as well. Yeah. Ancelotti, he also coached in Inter Milan as well. No, sorry, not Inter, Napoli. He coached Napoli as well. Buki says karma. Yeah, because Real and Atletico were already out, buddy. Yeah, Sebastian AK says Barca will pay for Bayern D free Pokal loss next season. Well, we're not going to play against Bayern, most likely, because we're going to most likely win our league, and Bayern will most likely win their league. Now, we could technically face them in the knockout stage, but in terms of group stage, we're not going to play against Bayern. So please, Bayern, win your league, because I swear to God, if Dortmund manages to win the league, we're going to play against Bayern in the Champions League next season. You guys heard it here first. If Bayern somehow don't win the league. So please, Tuchel, man, please, Bayern, please win the league. Lomayer says, I think Ancelotti should stay if he wins the UCL. Okay, that's obvious. I think we can all agree with that. But what if he doesn't win the Champions League? That's the real question, Lomayer. Pookie says, lol, Chelsea. Chelsea skull. Yeah, Chelsea, man. They're a mess, man. They're a mess. I don't know what's going on with Chelsea. Sebastian, not to what Chelsea says. Chelsea is back. Yeah, Chelsea is back, man. Chelsea is back. HQR says, mid-table Premier League team in the UCL quarterfinals. Now, Real Madrid doesn't win the UCL. I don't think it's a failure. Well, like I said, I don't personally think it is a failure, but there is an argument that could be made. What I would say is a disappointment. It's a big disappointment, I would say. I think that's where I would say. Simber said, you could see where Vinicius Christensen, he's experienced one. That is true, like I said, Simber. We had some injuries, but at the end of the day, we still had no excuses to be thrashed at home. At the end of the day, we just needed a draw to advance. We could have still seen this game out 0-0, and we had plenty of chances to score in the first half, So, Simber, yes, I understand Christensen's important, and don't get me wrong, he is an important player. I do think he's very important, but we can't use the injuries as an excuse here, right? Barcelona there's something wrong with his medical team. That's also another thing I want to speak with you guys. Like, how come when every player gets injured, they're out for like so long? That doesn't make sense. Like, we have to do something medical team. This medical team needs a This summer we need some new medical team players because this is ridiculous, man. I heard Rudiger got injured in their game against what is it called, Real Valladolid, and he's available right now. He's on the bench. Like that doesn't make sense. Like I don't remember the last time a player, like it's been very rare this season that a player's got injured and still be available for the next game. It just doesn't make sense, man. So I'm not going to say the injuries was an excuse for today's loss, but I'm just saying as that Barcelona just weren't good enough on the day. They weren't good enough. And like I said, man, we were good in the first half. Why couldn't we have continued that in the second half? I don't know, man. I don't know. HCR says update was good for Barca too. Bad decision making. Yes, speed and dribbling, but his end product wasn't there. That's true, man. That's true. I remember you're right, man. His final product was he just didn't have it. At least with Abde, see the thing is, I would prefer a player actually have good dribbling and good speed and good playmaking, but bad end product over a player who just can score goals. Because for me, that player has more to contribute. And you look at Rafinha today. Rafinha was poor, man. Rafinha was really bad today. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Rafinha was not very good today. And I like Rafinha. I think he's a great player. But I'm starting to lose my faith in him when he keeps doing these kind of performances like this. And he just scores. And, that's the thing. People think that when you score a goal, it max your performance. It doesn't. Scoring a goal doesn't mean you have had a good game. That's another thing I don't like with football. And that's why, for me, you need to watch the games. That's why I hate people that are stats merchants say, oh, look, he's been good. He scored 9 goals. He's had a great season. He's been good. I'm not saying he hasn't, but he's not been that amazing. I'm sorry. No, man, no. Master says a bit of a topic, but it will still be nice to see a reunion between Carlo Ancelotti and Frank Lampard. Oh, my God. Man, yeah. Frank Lampard shaking hands with Carlo Ancelotti, man. I'm sorry, man. That it's peak, man. It's peak. Buki said Chelsea is a joke. Sorry, FP7 low. HCR says Granada game was 2 years ago low. 2 years is nice, but that's bare minimum for top clubs. Sebastian AK Antonio shows that Ancelotti also at AC Milan. Yep, that is true. He was also at Milan as well. You all know what Champions League I'm talking about. 2005, man. I still can't believe Liverpool did that comeback. That is the craziest comeback I've seen. I wish I watched that, guys. Because if I had watched that, I would have gone insane. I would have freaking gone insane. I didn't see that final, of course. I was way too young. But man, that is the craziest comeback in my life I've heard about. Like, it is insane. In a Champions League final against that Milan team? Oh man, that is insane. Obviously, Ancelotti did get revenge in 2007. But still, like, the fact that they lost from a 3-0 position is quite insane. HKR says Dortmund lost the DFB Pokal. Yep, they lost to RB Leipzig. So we could have a new winner, man. Leipzig might defend their title in the DFB Pokal, guys. Come on, Tuchel, don't win the league. We won. Okay, come on, Sebastian. Well, I hope Liverpool don't get top 4. I hope Liverpool don't get top 4. Zeus says I hope Bayern win. Wow, interesting, man. Interesting. Chelsea getting destroyed by Ramadan Bar events. HQR says, with Messi back, we'll rely on him a lot. That's the thing, man. I also did a Messi video, by the way, guys. So check that video out because I went into some depth about my Messi return, and I got some stuff to say, guys. I got some stuff to say because I was in a community poll as well, I believe, on that. And so I want you guys to check that video out, guys. Check that video out because I had some stuff to say about it. Sebastian 1891 channel says Barca Liverpool UEFA next season. Let me just tell you this right now, guys. Neither team is making that final. Okay, we're not going to make the Europa League final. Even if we drop down to Europa League, we're going to get bounced in the quarterfinals. And I'm pretty sure Liverpool will not. I'm pretty sure Liverpool won't reach the final. I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty certain with that. So that would be a nice final, though. But it ain't happening. It won't happen. It won't happen. Simber says simple. If RM can get to the final, so they will win because AC Milan won't beat them, Napoli won't beat them, and of course Inter won't beat them. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like whichever team from that side of the bracket gets the final, they're most likely going to win it. Although I will say this though, guys, if we get a Man City versus Napoli final, I wouldn't write Napoli off, guys. I wouldn't write Napoli off in that final. But I would say that I think for the other side bracket's sake, they want Chelsea. Actually, Chelsea you want the most. I think Chelsea is the one you really want the most. That I don't know, man. I would love to see Man City Napoli final, man. Two new teams, and we're gonna have a new champion. I would love to see it, man. Man City Napoli would be a sick final, man. Puka says you can't expect Real Madrid to win the UCL back to back. Well, it's already difficult just to win UCL. I'm not saying I'm not saying they're going to do it. I'm just saying that I'm predicting. You know, so and that is true, Pookie. Winning back to back Champions League has been really hard. Only Real Madrid has done that in the modern Champions League format. Like before Real Madrid, I don't think any team has done that in the modern Champions League. Now I know Bayern did it in the European Cup stage when it wasn't called the Champions League. So, but yeah, Sebastian 89, which shows Milan's also no. Milan is not winning the Champions League. I'm sorry, Sebastian. You can have all the faith and optimism. There isn't. I give them maybe a one. Okay, I'll give them a 5% chance. A 5% chance for Milan to win the Champions League. There is. I very much doubt it. Very much doubt it. But if they do win the Champions League, man, feel free to clip this, man. Feel free to clip this, man. Feel free to clip this, man. I will humbly apologize. But as of now, there is no chance Milan is winning the Champions League. And I'm not saying this because I hate Milan, but it's just not happening. It's just not happening. This team is not, they're just not Champions League winning material just yet. Okay? That would be pretty sick, though. That would be pretty sick if that happened, though. I would love it, man. I would be ecstatic, you know. The space between 12th and Premier League and 12th and Premier League relegation zone is 3 points. Yeah, man. Premier League relegation is insane. La Liga relegation is also insane too, man. Bookie says, good joke. Barca have at least a chance to win the Libertadores. Barcelona won't win the Libertadores, guys. I won't win. It will most likely be either Flamengo or Palmeiras. Probably Palmeiras, to be honest. Palmeiras. It'll probably be Palmeiras because Flamengo is not winning it, guys. I don't think they are. Their new coach is bad, I heard. So Pookie says it will most likely be a Brazilian club, in my opinion. Kuba when he says Lampard is back to Chelsea. Oh boy, it's called Real Madrid can sell in this. It was 0 trophies and Barca with 1. Actually, no. Real Madrid's won 2 trophies, guys. The UEFA Super Cup and the Club World Cup. So therefore, Real Madrid has already got more trophies than Barca. And you would expect them to win the Copa del Rey. So 3, and Barca will most likely end up with 2. But Real's to win the CDR, though. Yeah, Real Madrid, you have to win the Copa del Rey, man. If you don't win the Copa del Rey, that will be embarrassing. That will be embarrassing. I like Rafinha because he's flashy, but he's very 1-foot dominant. Real Madrid won the Club World Cup. Oh, yeah. I meant, okay. Okay, Sebastian, that's enough of that. I also forgot about that. Why did you get a move away? Yeah, Fati needs a loan, man. Fati needs a loan. That's not happening, man. Did you hear what Messi said? He wants to stay in Europe. This ain't happening, man. Arba, why'd you become so anti-Liverpool? Well, mainly because of Sebastian, man. Sebastian keeps trolling me, so. It's just friendly banter, though. It's just friendly. He's not too serious, man. Don't take it that personal. Kubo Wayne says Napoli got smashed by Milan 4-0. Yeah, man. Yeah, they got smashed, man. But it's still, though, it's going to be interesting, though. You know what's really weird about that fixture, guys? Napoli beat Milan away, and then Milan beat Napoli away. It's like Man United PSG, guys. Man United always beat PSG at the Parc des Princes, but PSG always beat United at Old Trafford. It just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Sebastian 89 which says, I would like that because they'll play against Ronaldo and might go to Iran for AFC UCL game. No, I'm not saying 280. Okay. See. Boy says hi. And Milan wins the UCL. You get the R9 haircuts. I'll tell you what. I'll do something crazy, but I'm not going to get the R9 haircut. I'm not getting that haircut, guys. Yeah, it's not happening, man. I'm not getting an R9 haircut. I don't even think my parents will allow me to do that. Enter AC Milan, Napoli, Benfica final. Low. And Scotland third is closer to last and second. Yeah. That is 4 million. Why would you say no? 400. Dude, like I said, man, Messi wants to stay in Europe. Okay? I don't know how much more harder I have to explain that. You know, and Messi doesn't need money, man. Messi can make, he doesn't need the money, man. He's already making plenty of money anyway. He doesn't need the money, man. He's getting so much sponsorships. PSG's paying him a ridiculous amount of salary. Messi doesn't need the money, man. Come on. Poi says last time Celtic or Rangers dropped points to another team was before the World Cup. Wow, man, that's interesting. Zeus Gonzalez, fair enough. Sebastian drives me crazy, and I only see him ever here. Dang, man. Yeah, Sebastian's just won most of the time. Yeah. I already know. I already know. Okay, guys, smash the like button, guys. We're at 16 likes, guys. Jeez. What minute? We're on the 46th minute, man. I feel like I've discussed more about not I feel like I've discussed more about I feel like I've been discussing more about non-Barca stuff than the actual game itself. If that makes any sense. So, anyways, we're gonna probably wrap this stream up soon, guys. We're gonna wrap this stream up soon. But you guys have seemingly enjoyed it, man. And of course, I love chatting with you guys. You know, it's actually really good fun and really nice to see, man. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. Okay. Imagine Messi chooses Sejuna's mate, Iniesta Japan. And Iniesta is retired, by the way. Is it worth maybe watch the highlights? I mean, it's up to you, man. It's up to you, man. Whatever you want, man. If you want, you can rewatch the highlights if you want, but it's up to you, man. So, I can't Kool-Aid be here to analyze this team, man. Yeah, Kool-Aid's just not in the mood, man. Kool-Aid's not in the mood. Which, I'm not surprised, man. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. AD, you're gonna watch Libertadores? I mean, probably not. There is some CONCACAF Champions League. I might see that tonight, but yeah. Biggest Barca game of the season that is still yet to come. I think we still have to play Atletico Madrid at the Camp Nou. That's going to be a huge game. I think that's probably the biggest game that's left in the season. In terms of La Liga, I would say that's probably the big one. Yeah, there's not really any other big games, man. The Atletico Madrid game is probably the only real standout, notable one, which I'm really scared for, by the way, guys. I'm really scared for that game. Anyways, I think I've said everything I needed to say on the stream. We've been here for around nearly an hour, 50 minutes, man. So you know what? I'll tell you what, guys. We're gonna reach the hour mark. So I'll give you guys another 10 minutes, and then we're going to end the stream. So let's try to end the stream in exactly an hour, guys. In exactly an hour. Hopefully we can. So So, yeah, man. Or should we just end here, guys? I mean, do you guys have anything else to say? Anything else to say? Let's do a quick poll, guys. Let's do a quick poll. Okay, guys. So I'll do a quick poll for you guys. So if Barca win La Liga, is this season still a success? Any playmakers return from injury suspensions? Probably. I think only Dembele, man. Dembele. Yeah. Well, anyways, a lot of you guys seemingly I think we should just end now. I mean, we only have 3 people watching, so. All right, last comment that I'm going to head out, guys. Last comment. Mashal said, despite the criticism, was Dembele missed tonight, lol? He was missed, but I don't know if he would have made that much of a difference because, like I said, he would have probably helped us score a goal, but you could clearly tell the biggest issue was the defense. So we probably, even with his presence, we might have made it like 4-2, but we still would have lost the tie. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, like I said, he still is important to his team, but he isn't that good himself. That makes any sense because of how mediocre the other players have been. But yeah. So you guys, answer the poll, guys. Answer the poll, and maybe I should have done this beginning of the stream, man. I should have done this beginning of the stream. And maybe I'll do a community post on this. If Barca just win La Liga this season, is this season still successful? My personal opinion is that yes, it is successful, but this cannot be excused for the following seasons. Like next season, we like La Liga alone isn't going to be enough. I'm only just saying that this season because we haven't won the league for some time now. But in general, this wouldn't have like, yeah. So that's just my opinion there. So for this season, I would say yes. I would say for this season, yes. Fair say no because of European failure. Fair enough, man. That's actually very true, man. That's very true. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. So yeah, smash the like button, guys. We're at 16 likes. I want to get at 20 likes, man. It is a success for Xavi, but Barca slightly below par. for Barca. All right. So I'm going to end the poll, guys. So we're going to do this next time, man. In the next La Liga stream, we'll probably do this. So I'm going to end the poll here, guys. So there's not a lot of people watching, man. Not a lot of people watching. So we reached 1,000. We reached 1.15K subscribers in the stream. So let's go. I think we gained how many subscribers? We gained 4 subscribers on the stream. So thank you, guys. And yeah, I'm going to round off here, guys. So thank you guys for watching today's stream. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Remember, guys, to like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new on here. Comment down your thoughts, comment section below. And I'll see you guys on Sunday for Barca reaction. And then on Friday, we're doing a Champions League preview for next week, guys. Next week. So hope I can see you guys then, man. Peace. Actually, before I head out, do you guys have any last things to say? Before I head out. Because we do have 5 people, so maybe I might stick around for another few minutes. So, actually, I will just end here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.